got Chase Mail.
Hey everybody, this is Chase Mail, and this is our very first trailer review, and we are going to review not only X-Men Dark Phoenix, but the international trailer, which just came out, and it actually looks really amazing. So here we go. You're going to get my reactions on this stuff. Here we are. The old play button.
I break things.
Well, how's this sound? If you break something, I can fix it. I have a school for young people.
It's really
who are
good.
like you, Jane.
Really well
It
written.
could be your new family, if you like.
I will leave all my comments till after.
Go.
Kurt, where is she? Where is she? Sorry.
More like the comic. So people ask for.
Whatever happened up there made her stronger. She's changing.
And what? I'm scared when I lose control. Bad things happen to people I love.
I'm not giving up on you, Jean. This is what family does. We take care of each other.
That power destroyed everything it ever came into contact with.
Great graphics.
And what they don't understand.
Wonderful makeup. You can tell it's going back to
And
the
what they
X-Men
fear.
3
We seek to destroy.
look.
Are you a scared little girl who answers to a man in a chair? Or are you the most powerful creature on the planet?
She'll kill us all. This is your fault, Charles.
Tell me how we fix this, Charles. Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do.
The girl dies.
She's still Jean. We can still help her.
They fixed that
Sometimes
board
we
that
want to
moved in the
believe
other
people
trailer.
are something that they are not. And by the time we realize who they are,
It's awesome.
it's too late.
Bit of a Deadpool thing going on there. I think those are two different scenes. And there it is. There's her in the sky. Alright, so many of you guys have been kind of negative about the X-Men Dark Phoenix since 2006. I can completely understand. I liked that movie, but I liked it as a movie. I didn't like it as the comic book adaptation, if that makes some sense. And I believe it really does. And I think that's what everybody else feels too. Like, because they don't fully extremely hate it, but they're like, it's not what we wanted. And I can understand that. And this looks like they're fixing it. And we have some negative Nancy's and some really bad reviewers out there, and people that are just looking for clickbait. And I'm gonna actually crush your balls right now, because a lot of people out there are saying, like one guy I even watched, and he said, oh, I know most of you guys aren't going to see this movie, but just in case, what if you did go see this movie? And it was like, dude, what do you mean people aren't going to see this movie? People are going to see this movie. It's the next X-Men in the line. It looks pretty good. It looks like they're going back to the comics, as well as not just making a movie, but going back to what they messed up in, if you didn't know about this, Apocalypse. Now, Apocalypse was supposed to be a family film, as in not family for you to watch it, but family for, like, in the story plot. So the whole story plot was about the family being broken apart. That's why, like, I say Rebecca Romijn Stamos, I mean Mystique, it's a Chase Mail thing. So basically, Mystique and the other movie, you know, she was apart, Magneto was apart, the whole family was divided, nobody was together, and the whole Apocalypse was supposed to, it was written for the whole family to come together, and it really did not come off like that. This, you can tell they put that original storyline with a lot more of stuff in it way back into this whole thing, and I'm actually very happy about that, because you can really tell it's a family feel. You can tell she probably kills Mystique, I don't know. it's a comic book, they can always bring people back, but I really think they killed Mystique because that's what they've been alluding to. They alluded to it just in the trailer, and she even killed her parents as well, from what it looks like, or maybe she injured them, I don't know. Again, these are speculations. I'm not going to be like the douchebags online, and I mean 100% purine douchebags. That even if you don't like the X-Men series, fine, go watch another series. And with this, you know, like they're trying to make it more comic book oriented for you guys. And everybody keeps going, oh, just reboot it and do the Marvel Universe, the MCU. Well, this might actually be put in the MCU because it looks so good. Yes, there's some continuity issues. There are also written story issues in the MCU. There are certain things that are really kind of stupid. They have the Spider-Man tingle sense in Infinity Wars. He doesn't have it in Spider-Man. He certainly doesn't have it in Civil War, but magically he has it in this third film that he stars in. Wow, that's some really great continuity, you know? Yeah. X-Men, screw you. I can't believe it. Just reboot the whole thing because you guys have made mistakes. First of all, everyone makes mistakes in movies. We really, really wish that they wouldn't, because it does kind of take you out of that element and you're trying to figure it out and you realize that it was just bad writing or the new director wanted something. But you know, with this X-Men film, they're really trying to fix the whole thing. They're really trying to fix Jean. They're trying to fix that, yes, it is a power that comes into her and makes her more powerful like this. And they really didn't do much with the continuity issue. I cannot say continuity to save my life, and also it's dusty in here, my throat's killing me, that's why I'm screwing up. So now that we're back, I really am hating on the haters and crapping on them, and the reason I'm doing that is because they're doing it to the film, and it's not right. It's not gonna be, I don't believe, a bad film. If it is, hey, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. But I really don't believe that this is going to be a bad film. I think it's going to be a great film. I think if they fit this right into the MCU, it'll be better for them. Then they can just take these and maybe even get the older X-Men that were in the 2000s version and the 2014 version and just put them in the film again and put them in the MCU. I think that would be great if you could honestly, because Hugh Jackman said he would come back for it. So I really do think that they really should merge like that. I think it's really wrong if, I don't know, if the MCU reboots everything. We just had 19 years of X-Men and you want them to reboot it, really. You want them to reboot the whole series after 19 years, after Days of Future Past was a phenomenal movie. If you don't like Days of Future Past, there's probably an issue with you, and I mean that. You can hit the dislike button or whatever, the little thumb down, because I said that to you and you felt something different. That's great, but you're still wrong. That movie was, you got to look at the writing of the movie, the graphics, the heart of the movie. That movie was really beautiful. That movie really pulled something out of your heart, and it really made you feel how every character was doing, and it really, that X-Men, now I remember growing up when I was younger, and the X-Men 1990s feel was so depressing to me as a child when they ended up like, I mean, it was the whole like mutants were being taken, and I didn't want that as a kid. I wanted to be happy and fighting, and instead they actually put some really, really dark storylines in the 1990s comics, and they did the same thing with Days of Future Past. It was so dark. It was like, what if they don't fix it? You know, I mean, at the end of that movie that was like really scary for me in a lot of ways, and I really didn't know what was going to happen until that very end, that very last second when, well, you guys know what happened pretty much. So that really got to my heart, and that was a really well written movie. And if you didn't like it, it's like saying you didn't like Captain America Civil War. Great. You're absolutely foolish. And the MCU, hey, do you know what they did with their X-Men? I remember.
Yeah, remember when marriage was just between a man and a woman? Remember when there weren't so many Mexicans? Remember alien nations?
Oh. They ended up taking Quicksilver, and they took the Scarlet Witch. They aren't Magneto's children, and they also took their powers from a magical stone. So if that's what you're looking for with your new X-Men, and that's what you want from them, wow, you guys are doing a great job. Yeah, let's reboot it and how about we take all the X-Men powers all came from a stone, or came from a sink, or came from my laundry basket. We can do that too. The whole thing would be awesome. Wow, yeah, let's just reboot it. Oh, they won't do that. Funny, they did it with 2 characters. I remember that, and several of the other characters. They just screwed up they don't even talk about if they really have powers. Just magically in some films, they sort of do have powers and they sort of talk about it, but they really kind of don't talk about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they made a lot of stuff really kind of funny. Well, Thor's a god and Tony Stark's really smart and Captain America had some serum in him. That wasn't in the comic. Or was it? I don't know. I don't know this crap. I'm not... oh, no, I do actually know. But with X-Men, I say keep it. I say keep it going. And really, I think it's 100% foolish to reboot the MCU X-Men. You really need to merge it, and Disney really needs to be careful of this stuff. Disney really needs to be like, you know, because you're taking fans that don't understand. You have to understand that, great, you're a comic book fan or you're into continuity and all that stuff, but you really have to understand that the average popcorn movie guy is expecting the old X-Men to be in the MCU. If they reboot it like they did with Spider-Man, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, they rebooted it. I guess I'll accept it, you know. Yeah, my kids like it, you know, and that's what happens. But really, for the true fan, I wish they just would have taken Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and made that. I mean, of course, you guys would have been upset about Venom, but, you know, I mean, I really think that they could really have done better with that. I don't know. The new Spider-Man's good, though. It's just, with X-Men, I really feel it's 100% stupid to reboot the whole thing. Some of you guys are going to say something different. Of course, you're going to say just reboot it, but you don't understand what you're rebooting. You're going to have to reboot every character. It's going to be a different feel. You just had 19 years of them, and we've lived up all the way through here with them, and it's been pretty much fine. I mean, 2014 was Days of Future Past, and that movie was excellent. So I don't really know what else you guys would want. If you want to reboot it, fine, but it's going to be weird to everybody. They're going to have to get used to it. It's not going to have the same feel. There's so many characters in the X-Men that the X-Men need their own movies. Like, all these other movies are great, but the X-Men need their own movies. That's just the way that it goes. Because you have like the full Avengers cast in one X-Men movie. Everybody's got their own powers, and I think that's what people like about it. I feel like if you take 20, and beyond, just listen to me here. If you take 20 X-Men, wrap them up against, I don't know, the MCU, like another 15, 20 of them, or 10 of them, and you just, it's gonna be a it's gonna be a mishmash of the whole thing. You're gonna have characters here, characters there. You're gonna have all this other nonsense, and I really find it incredibly stupid. I really feel like it's gonna be so mishmashed that people are not gonna want to watch it, and really, that's my opinion about it. And I really think it's kind of a fact. I mean, yeah, people will go to see it, but I just don't. It will not have the same feel as X-Men. You can watch 19 years of X-Men, and you can get a story of continuity that's pretty good. Pretty good. You got to remember, comic book adaptions. Hey, how did Civil War go? Remember all those characters on the comic book with, they were all, you know, all in the comic, this big giant line. It was hundreds of characters. And remember Captain America Civil War? Look what they did with that. Great movie, but how many of the comic book characters from the comic were in it? You know, you have to accept it like that. They take elements. I think that's what they did with the Resident Evil films. They took elements of the game, put it in the movies, kind of worked, and they're doing the same thing with the MCU. You know, they're taking elements, things they like. There's so much stuff that they're trying to make good characters, and this is what they're coming up with. So I would honestly sit back, not listen to the negativity, go see this movie. It looks really good. To not see this movie, to not see a good movie, I went to go see Alita Battle Angel. I'm gonna do a review on that, and that is not gonna be sitting well with me. Not at all. It's gonna be an awful review for you. So, that movie was crap. So, that movie was crap. It really was. So yeah, the X-Men one, guys, you gotta go see Dark Phoenix. They tried. You can tell from the comic book content, it looks the best graphic wise. Acting looks great. The story looks pretty good. They're really trying to get into that deep feeling in the movie. Don't listen to the naysayers and the rumors. Remember, guys, a lot of stuff online is rumors. Don't listen to it. Do not listen to this kind of stuff. I mean it. Don't listen to these kind of things where it's saying, oh, somebody went to go see the movie and they hated it, and oh, they had to redo all the shots, and so that was the reasons they hated it so much. First of all, when you film something, sometimes things don't work out and it doesn't look good and it doesn't flow right. So you have to go back for the reshots. And look at Lord of the Rings. They went on, they had so many reshots for that movie. The whole thing was, there were a ton of what they call pickups, and there were so many pickups for that stuff. I mean, but look at, they had so, they're the world's greatest movies almost, pretty much that's an opinion, but Lord of the Rings pretty much is. So that's normal. So don't take this negativity and people saying, well, they had to go do reshots for the movie. They had to do that for Star Wars, everything else, every other movie. There's a ton of reshoots that go on because they did not get the correct thing. So I would honestly tell you guys, see this movie. Again, I've said it 100 times during this stupid thing. See it. Don't be stupid. Don't be a jerk. Support these movies so that they can keep making them. You want to see Dark Phoenix, it's going to be great. She even got the pink powers going on. She's got all this stuff. She's starting to look more like the Phoenix, like you asked for, like you wanted. And the whole bird thing up in space, you wanted that. And I think the chick with the white hair, what's my opinion about it? Well, I think that chick with the white hair is the Dark Phoenix, and it's trying to talk with her. I don't think that thing I don't think she even exists. I think she's going to merge with Jean, and she will be that. So you can see that it's that entity talking to her in her head instead of like the bird. I think will probably be talking too. But they gave you what you wanted. Go to the theaters and see what you wanted. I think it's going to be great. You guys got to go see it. Don't let the naysayers talk trash about it. It's not right to even listen to them. Go see it for yourself.